What happens when your world shatters and everything completely changes? That is the story that I want to tell you with Eyes Open. I was lucky enough in my life to have a completely world-changing, life-shattering moment happen when I met the person that I'm absolutely destined to be with, and that's my wife, Tara. It was a moment that completely shifted my entire being from being focused completely on movie and video games and, 16-year-old thing to basically understanding that this was going to be the rest of my life. And what happens then when you lose that? In Eyes Open, we're going to tell you that story, and we're going to tell you it from both of our perspectives. And then, of course, what happens when you meet again 10 years later.
Nyquist. Hi, my name is Tara Nyquist, and I am a writer and producer of the film Eyes Open. This film is special to me because, well, it's about Matt and I and our long journey of our relationship. When I tell people the story about Matt and I, their eyes kind of light up and they're like, this should be a movie. It provides a lot of hope, provides look at what it means to really have a second chance in life. I think is really unique. It's not very often you hear about kind of a first love being lost, but then getting to be found again. And I feel like in our situation, the uniqueness is not just about coming back together again, but all the circumstances and coincidence in it. Even close friends, family members are not going to see some of the emotions that I have shown in this film that are based on true life. A lot of the film is about me and Matt and the missed opportunities we had and the miscommunication, but it also shows the emotions of mine and how they transform from being a very quiet person, reserved and not sharing feelings, to a person grown over time and made a decision that I need to share my feelings, I need to speak my mind, and ultimately that leads to happiness. If there's something you miss or want or wish you could redo, it can happen.
Hello, my name is Lauren Smith, and I am playing Sarah in the upcoming movie Eyes Open. This script is so special because it's so personal and it's so real. There is not a moment when I look at this script and I'm confused about what to do with my character, because they're so layered, they're so rich. You, no matter what, will be rooting for these two to finally get together. They have so much to offer each other, and it's incredible, and their connection is undeniable. They're magnetic, they're drawn to each other, and watching that is going to be just so much fun, while also simultaneously frustrating because you want them to get together the whole movie. You guys will love it, I promise. It's such an honor for me to work on a script that Matt and Tara have brought to life like this, because they're sharing so much of their lives with me. It's easy in today's world to feel like love does not last, or even like it doesn't exist. It absolutely does. The proof is in the pudding with Matt and Tara in real life, and with Josh and Sara in this script. I mean, they come back to each other time and time again, and it takes them a while to truly realize why, but when they do, it is so cathartic, it is so beautiful. Their reunion is so anticipated, and this movie is based on real people, and I get to work with them all the time. They're wonderful people. Matt and Tara are not only incredible screenwriters and filmmakers, but they're genuinely amazing people, and I can't think of anybody better to tell their love story to as many people as possible. I know that they just want to shout their love from the rooftops. This movie is going to be absolutely incredible, and I can't wait to get started. This love story is so important, it's so beautiful, it's incredibly rich and complicated and full of emotion, and I can't wait to share it with as many people as I can.
Matt and Tara asked me to tell you why we have to make this movie. I'll tell you why we have to make this movie. It's because no one makes movies like this anymore. A love story, a real love story, where their hearts are broken, where they give up, but then they find a way to come back together again. No one makes movies like this anymore. A feel-good movie where you actually can relate to it, where you're like, this reminds you of things that happened in your own life. This is a great movie. But the thing is, we need your help. So if you want to see a movie like this, this is your chance to make it happen. So help us make it.
One of the reasons why I am so happy to be working on this project is because as a filmmaker, one of my goals is to always work on projects that spread the theme of love and empathy, understanding for one another, especially in a world where every day bad things are happening and a lot of people oftentimes question whether or not true love actually exists. Another reason why I'm really excited to work on this project is because Matt had so deliberately taken his time with forming this crew. He made sure that each individual person not only had understanding and love for the script, but is also super talented and great to work with.
Not only a love story that's gonna make sense and wow you, nuanced journey about what it means to fall in love and to find the person that you are supposed to be with, or what that might look like. But it also, I think, kind of gives folks a taste of what life was like in the 90s, or that kind of nostalgia. Who doesn't want a really sweet, cozy, interesting love story? I think this will really resonate with audiences.
One of my favorite things about working on this project is how authentic the script comes across. It's such a beautiful exploration of themes like love and loss and fighting your way back home. And I just felt every single emotion that the script tried to get across, and it felt like it was coming from a real place and real experiences. Another really exciting aspect of Eyes Open is the setting that we get to explore. It's a bit of a period piece set in the late 90s into the 2000s, and I feel like that is the perfect era to set a romantic drama in. There's so many iconic films that came out during that time period, and I feel like we really get to echo a lot of what came before us in the way that we set up this movie.
Matt and I clicked, and I learned a lot from him, and I'm very excited to be working with him on Eyes Open. He's an incredibly talented, incredibly passionate filmmaker, telling a very, very personal, very, very, important story, both to him and to Kansas and to our time.
Other people also be impacted by this story, as I have from just the stories that they told me before it became a final script, have helped me in immeasurable ways. And I think that could happen for so many other people, that there is hope for them, and to not let opportunities pass them by, and to go with their gut and what your heart tells you. If there's been a story from a couple that you knew who you thought that could totally be a movie, this is that movie.
Matt and Tara's script for Eyes Open has been the single best script I've ever read. I've read a lot of scripts. I've written a lot of scripts. And to be able to read something that's so truthful, that's so honest and genuine is amazing.
The story is such a unique one. When I read it, I was immediately captured by I felt the characters, they impacted me deeply when I was reading the script. And I think it's because it is, based on a true story. And Matt and Tara were able to pour their emotions into the writing. And I was able to seriously relate with them.
I want audiences to see how incredible Kansas is, how beautiful Lindsborg is, how epic of a romance can come out of a small place like this. I am really excited to work on this movie because not only am I a native Kansan, I'm from Topeka, I am also Swedish. And so getting to work in Lindsborg, Kansas, and with a story that is based in Lindsborg, Kansas is going to be such a privilege. It's one of the most beautiful places I think you can visit. Our sunsets are unmatched, and I just know we're gonna have some of those in this movie.
The